What's up, viewers? What's up, viewers?
Let's get this in the area. They acting up over there, bro. They towing all the cars, man.
So that was crazy, what? Huh? Unbelievable. They put signs up and said we're towing from no parking, towing from 8 in the morning to 2 p.m. But they put it on both sides of the street, from 79th to 75th, from Yates to Colfax. Where people gonna park at? Huh? Where they gonna move their car to? Where they gonna move their car to? What they gonna leave their kids in the house? Some of them single moms. Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. Hey, what up, cuz? What's going on, Ramon? How you doing, brother? Huh? Man, it was, listen, they already had like 300 tow trucks. They had about 100 tow trucks out there.
Inspiration.
They was already planning this.
Music of power and praise. This is your
right.
gospel
They ain't
brother,
like called tow
Jarrell.
trucks. They
and
was
I'm
there.
only guest hosting for a minute.
When I got
Marcel
there,
is on the way, but guess what? We got an incredible broadcast
Right.
lined up for you, designed to inform, inspire, and elevate your spirit. We'll be diving deep into
Good
the
work,
latest news stories that matter most to our community and beyond. But that's not all. We honored to welcome two phenomenal guests on the mic today. First up, we got Brother Frank Kimbrough, the man behind the revolutionary Zenzino Balance Oil. He'll be here to share transformative insights into health, wellness, and achieving true internal balance. Then we'll be joined by a distinguished legal man, attorney Michael Flanagan, who will be offering his expert perspective on critical issues you need to know about. You definitely don't want to miss a moment of wisdom, inspiration coming your way. So turn up the radio, settle in, whatever you do, keep it locked right here. It's Inspiration 1390.
I'm State Representative Sean King Ford, and I'm Lester Barclay, Honorary Consul of Jamaica. Hurricane Melissa, the strongest storm in 174 years, has devastated Jamaica. As airports reopen and families reconnect, Jamaica needs our continued support.
Donate online at myjack.org. That's myjack, MIJAC.org. Or drop off supplies like tarps, first aid supplies, canned food, and generators at Chatham Community Center or Agape Kingdom Generation Church in Skokie.
Chatham Community Center at 8800 South Stony Island, Monday through Friday, 7:30 a.m. until 3:30 p.m. Or the Agape Kingdom Generation Church in Skokie, 7520 Skokie Boulevard, Monday through Saturdays, 10 a.m. to 7 p.m.
Who's coming in?
One Midwest.
The Leaders Network has partnered with Great Lakes Credit Union to increase access to financial services and funding.
He what?
Do all that. It's like when you having a party and somebody be like, I'm gonna come, but who that first? Like, I'm gonna come to work, but
if you want to show up,
right. If you ain't show up, he wouldn't come.
Huh?
If you weren't here, probably
He may still be. We'll see. He's coming.
Yeah, you say he's gonna be late.
He already late. I'm gonna be late. What?
So
He what?
He just texted me.
Tamara told me to talk about it on the show, so we could bring it up. Okay.
You need to work, bro. Just wake up and I ain't going to work.
Peace of mind isn't something you wait for.
is by getting your message heard. And there's no better place than right here on the Brunch. With thousands of listeners tuning in every weekday from
make sure you guys share.
1390. Your business can gain exposure, connect with our community, and even be featured as a special guest on the show. Don't wait. Call us today at 773-345-7441. That's 773-345-7441. The Brunch Bunch, where business, culture, and community come together.
What's up, man? They help. They on the. You got them.
Be social. Be outspoken. Be family. Be different. Be Queez.
Queez, a new luxury brand from Tamara Fair. Queez comes in 2 distinct fragrances, the sensual Pure Royale and the alluring Forbidden Kiss. Order Queez today.
Go to bequeeze.com and get your favorite fragrance today. That's BEQUEESE.com. Bequeeze.com.
I like being on the air, bro. I like to know beforehand. And this ain't no easy task to be.
Gotta get it going.
If the rocks on the block can say, in the sky full of clouds painted, who am I to be here complaining? Only thinking about what I would change. Yeah.
What's up, Cyrus? What's going on? My son is on the coldest trumpet player in America. And just say, oh yeah, he's the truth.
I went to a jazz club the other night, man.
Yeah, he's in Maryland. I share it on my page all the time. So if y'all in the Maryland area, but he come to Chicago.
He only played the trumpet.
Well, he's pretty charming in all the music.
He play all of them.
Yeah, now he do.
They all do.
He got a music degree from John Hopkins, Peabody, conservative. Yeah. Tell him you did a full ride for music. Bad boy.
Trumpet, saxophone.
Yes, I know. Tell him you're a bad boy.
You got 2 minutes now.
Gotta definitely catch up with you, son. I gotta catch up with you. Yes. You check him out. I always share his music when he's playing. When he's gonna be playing that on my stories. Yeah, y'all in the DC area. And when he comes to Chicago, he's in Chicago. That's why he's in Chicago. He did something for autism. His friend of mine had a fundraiser for autism. Yeah. He had a band. Here. Yeah. Absolutely. They cold with it. They are cold with it.
Hey, bro, I ain't trying to sound like myself, but you grab me
A water. While we at it, grab me a water. Fiji used to store down the street. No, I'm just kidding. Put this on. Put my thing on. Do not disturb. They wait till I get on the radio to call. You know what I'm saying? Do not call me on Fridays from 12 to 1, please. Same time, same back channel. Inspiration 1390, music, power and praise. The Brunch Bunch. My sister Tamara Fair, my brother, Shell Jackson.
What's going on, 1390? What's going on, Inspiration 1390 listeners? This is your brother Jarrell, and I am filling in for Brother Marcel today, and I am not in the studio alone. We got Brother Frank Kimbrough in the studio today. Now, today on the Brunch Bunch, we are joined by our reoccurring guest, Frank Kimbrough, community leader, health advocate, and executive director of Austin Community Hub. While Frank is usually here sharing insights on wellness and nutrition, This morning, he's bringing attention to a pressing community issue. Reports of cars being unexpectedly towed from Southside neighborhoods. He's here to shed light on what happened, how residents are being affected, and what steps people can take if they find themselves in a similar situation. Let's give a warm brunch welcome to Brother Frank Kimbrough.
Thank you. How you guys doing?
You're doing amazing, Brother Frank.
Yes. Yes, usually I'm here, of course, always talking about health, and we will talk about, but actually this is about health, because when the community is affected, it affects them mentally. So today, I think that if we were to choose a topic, it would be mental health. And of course, we can always get back to when we talk about what we do at Zazino with Balance Oil. But the most important thing today, of course, I do construction as well. We're finishing up a project in the neighborhood, the South Shore neighborhood, where we're doing a project on 13 unit on 78th and Essex, and a 13 unit on 78th and Phillips. Well, we totally renovated it to bring it up to the standards of those that's on the north side, giving them the amenities that they would have on the north side, so our people can have luxury living right in our inner community, with the hopes and with the passion behind it to change the community. That's our whole inspiration. And I'm working for Nora Development, that's led by a brother by the name of Kurt Cargo. He owns Neighborhood Laundromats. And so I'm his project manager on this project. So this morning, I'm out going to see the site before I go on the radio every Friday. And when I get out there, I just see all these tow trucks, ER towing. And let me just put their name. That was the main ones I saw out there. And I noticed the day before that they had signs that said they will be towing today from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. But it was kind of strange because they didn't say street cleaning. You know how you have the street cleaning sign? Usually that notification, they tell you why. Or they say on Tuesday, don't park here. On Thursday, on that side. So they had these signs from 79th to 75th, from Yates to Colfax. Now, there are no single-family homes in this area. Each one is, I mentioned, we have 26 units we're doing right there. And then there's every building over there is either 6 units. There's a few 3 units, but many of them are 30 units. So we're talking about a highly populated area with low-income housing, with a lot of single mothers, okay, with 2 to 3 kids that are living. So you put a sign up, and I will only have to fault the mayor's office because you have to always fault the leader. Okay, so and I have to fault the leader so he can get on top of whoever really is at cause. But you put a sign up, and you expect the whole entire neighborhood from 79th to 75th, from Yates to Colfax, to move their car. You expect that mother to get up, get all her kids ready, put them in the car, and then walk 4 blocks, okay, maybe 5 blocks to come back, and then how is this supposed to work out?
So, Brother Frank, is there any reasoning behind why all of these cars was towed?
There's no reason on the sign. All it say is that no parking from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Your car will be towed. It don't say you're gonna clean the streets. It doesn't say anything.
Now, who do we reach out to about this type of situation?
We should call 311. Like, I made a report, because there's no, of course, I'm calling advocates in the community to find out why this happened in our community. Because the problem is, we are in our community that we have a black black mayor, a black alderman, right? All right. And these are the people that they love to brag that they're here for. Now, they don't want ICE wearing masks, but it's really the ones that don't wear masks is doing the biggest harm, if you ask me. Because the major problem that I'm seeing with this whole situation is that you have traumatized a whole community in a matter of hours. So these cars are getting towed. They're already on fixed income. They're living check to check. Many of them probably on SNAP, that's not even getting assistance right now because of the government shutdown. but yet still you traumatize them, and you take away probably the only assets that many of them even own. They live in check. They not even living check to check. They trying to figure it out. And it hurts me to my heart to see that this would happen in the city that I grew up in, and especially when we see people always want to talk about what our people and they want to do for our people. They don't come over there to support for the crime in that neighborhood. I've been over there for 9 months. Okay, I've seen more murders in that neighborhood than I've seen on television watching Power.
Right, so brother Frank.
Yes.
Brother Frank. So let's do a hypothetical real quick.
Right.
Let's pretend I'm Mayor Brandon Johnson.
Yes.
What would you want to say to me right now about the situation?
Well, the first thing I would say is you need to immediately create some assistance for the neglectness of coordinating the right systematic approach in order to get whether it is whatever you need to get done, whether it's street cleaning, whether it's street repairs. You should have had a system in place. If you're on the north side, or we ain't gotta go to the north side. My mother, she lives in the 6th district. She lives in Chatham. Okay. This morning they have a sign up and it says on the 10th, on this side of the street from Arrow here to there, they will be doing street cutting. I thought I seen a sign. And when they come and clean the streets, they say on Tuesday, we're gonna clean this side. Then on the other side of the street, it says on Wednesday, we're gonna clean that side of the street. But how do you totally remove cars from an entire community? From 79th to 75th, from Yakes to Colfax. Now, if you're in another city, I'm explain to you. You got Yakes, you got Phillips, okay, you got Essex, you got Kingston, okay, and then you got Colfax. That's 5 blocks. All right, then you go from 79th, 78th, 77, 76, 75th. That is a 10-block radius. You remove all the cars, and you had to have it scheduled because E&R Towing was out there with a ton of tow trucks. I'm talking about, I never seen so many tow trucks in one place in my whole entire life.
I heard the number was close to 300.
Man, yes.
That's
crazy.
That's out of control. But has anything like this ever happened around the area before? I'm not super familiar with it.
I've never seen it.
Never.
Yeah, but things happen in that area that you never even hear about that I've seen. That's not even on on the news.
Now, I hate to play devil's advocate. I know it's a city
yes.
issue. Do you think that this has anything to do with higher legislation, maybe the White
No,
House?
this is local.
This is local.
It's local. Ain't nobody from the White House coming put no signs on. Put signs on every door all the way around everywhere.
Well, I understand that.
Yeah.
I also understand politics works from the top down,
right?
And maybe somebody got into the mayor's ear and told him, hey, go ahead, let it slide. We got some things planned for Chicago. They already been talking about National Guards and things like that. Maybe this is step one. I don't know, man. I'm just coming up with things.
No, I don't see it. I don't see it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I'm sure they wouldn't have, if that was the case. No, it's not even. What they'll call E&R. We all know who E&R is. Yeah. We all at one point in our life had our car towed by E&R. Should be right now. They should be trying to figure out how to get them people back their cars.
All right. So, Brother Kimber, I got one more question about this. Now, the entire East Side is listening to you right now.
Yes.
Any advice would you give to anybody who did get their car towed or want to just do something about the situation? What advice would you give to them?
They should, first of all, dial 311 to make an official report like I did this morning. Okay. The second thing they need to do is they need to reach the mayor. They need to reach the mayor office. And the third thing that they could do is that they need to reach their alderman. Okay, Greg Mitchell. Greg Mitchell is the alderman in that area. Okay, because he have to also have some accountability to this as well, right? Because as this was taking place, he should be on that street. You go out there right now, it's a ghost town. There are no streets, no cars on the streets. And I really feel sorry for the mothers and the kids that are traumatized. If there's a kid that need to go to the hospital, there's gonna be a problem. Somebody need to go to work. If there's an elderly person need to go to the doctor, school, You know what I mean? This trickle down. This is trauma.
Yeah.
This is trauma.
Yeah.
This is mental health.
Yeah.
This is enough to, to give somebody to their breaking point. And we have to find a way to be more loving, more respectful in our community. Because if this was the north side, it ain't happening. I said ain't happening. This is not gonna happen on the north side. This is not gonna happen. Huh? Oh man, listen, man. They'll be like they'll knock on the door, sir. I just want to let you know that can you move your car? Yeah, that's how they do you on the north side. But over here, they say we want the whole community clean at the same time.
I couldn't imagine the households that have more than one car.
Oh my gosh.
The tow fees, and they're gonna make you pay all of the tickets and everything.
Yeah, everything. Yeah.
I couldn't imagine. Well, you gave us 3 things to do. I'm gonna give the people a 4th thing to do. We all gonna pray, because at the end of the day, God always has a plan. And it's
absolutely.
So it's Inspiration 13 night to keep it locked. Got Frank Kimbrough in the studio.
Yeah. What's going on? What's going on, y'all? Hey, what's up, Veronica? Hey, man. What's up, Rakeem? I want to advocate for my people and for the people. What a terrible thing that they're with. It's terrible. It's crazy. You can't make this up. Yeah, you can imagine what people are already dealing with. Everybody's dealing with something. This is, what I'm saying? This is just, it's amazing. Oh, thank you, man. Man, it's sad. It's watch the politicians play chess games, and use people as pawns. You know what I'm saying? They play a chess game to use people as pawns. So we go to the next part. One of them still here. The next part.
We gotta interview Flanagan too.
Okay.
So I figured, look, Flanagan ain't gonna be on that long. He's only gonna be on less than 10 minutes. So we're gonna do Flanagan. Hope we're gonna do Flanagan 35 to 45, and then 45 to the rest of the show.
Are you want? Or you can get.
Flanagan said he wants to do 30.
Oh, that's cool. I could close out. I could roll on that.
All right. Do we want to keep talking about this, or want to talk about it?
Yeah, we can close this out, and then you can give it to Flanagan.
He got. I got some commercials and stuff on
it. Yeah. Or. And then he can have a whole. Just give him the whole 30. I can roll. I could just. My car down is there waiting anyway. I'm easy like Sunday morning. Yep. It's sad. It's sad. What I'm there with this morning is unthinkable, right? You know what I'm saying? All we can do is pray for the people. Please pray for the people of the South Shore community. I mean, they got to deal with the whole summer been traumatized with gunshots and murders. Now they got to be, they can't call on the city to help them with that, because supposedly crime is down. Supposedly.
South Stony Island upstairs. That's 8800 South Stony Island. Hours are from 7:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. 8800 South Stony Island, Chatham Community Center. Hashtag Jamaica Strong. Jamaica, we stand with you.
You got to ask your politicians, guys, why is this happening? If you don't live in South Shore, you should be just as upset as I am. I don't live in South Shore either. You know what I'm saying? You live in South Shore, right? That could have been you this morning. What time did you get up and go downstairs? Yeah, but could you imagine you had to get up and move your car 4 blocks, 5 blocks?
I mean, we got to do that for street sweeping, but if they bro, if they would have cut off both streets, oh my goodness. Yeah. And then 4 blocks, bro, like
right,
where
right,
you gonna go?
right. Exactly. That's my whole point. They went 4 blocks east. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
and then
they could have at least set
and
up
from 79th north,
they could have
4
at least
blocks.
set up a closer spot. Like give people priority parking or something like that. One of the closer
And
streets.
I'm Lester Barkley.
Oh, they could have did
Council of Jamaica.
like they do everybody else. Tuesday this side, Thursday that side. You know what I mean?
Devastated Jamaica. As airports
Sad.
reopen and families reconnect, Jamaica needs our continued support.
Yeah, it's
Donate
crazy.
online at
What's up, Hugh?
myjack.org.
I know you got the
That's
daycare over there. You told me they went all the way to Colfax.
myjack.org.
Unbelievable.
Or drop off supplies
You know,
like tarps,
It's,
first aid supplies.
I know many of
canned
the
food,
kids in your
and
area are
generators
affected, you, because
at
you got
Chatham
3
Community
daycares in that
Center
area.
Or Agape
So we back
Kingdom
on this subject,
Generation
right?
Church
Yes.
in
We're gonna
Skokie.
talk into
Chatham
Yeah.
Community Center at
Yeah.
8800 South Stony Island,
Right,
Monday through
this last
Friday,
commercial.
7:30 a.m. until 3:30 p.m. Or the Agape Kingdom Generation Church in Skokie, 7520 Skokie Boulevard, Monday through Saturdays, 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Call 773-373-8988.
One Jamaica,
One Midwest.
Believers who have a heart to give, please give generously and drop off your supplies at 8800 South Stony Island upstairs. That's 8800 South Stony Island. Hours
I
are
bet some
from
people, man, they probably gonna never
7:30
get the
a.m.
car
to
back.
3 p.m. 8800 South Stony Island,
Nah,
Chatham
everybody can-
Community
We going
Center.
in, yo.
Hashtag
Huh?
Jamaica Strong. Jamaica,
Yeah.
we stand with you.
Yeah.
4383 and tell them Action Jackson sent you.
Where's the action, Jackson?
I'll tell you what's going on.
All right, and this is your gospel brother, Brother Jarrell on Inspiration 1390, and we are back with Frank Kimbrough. Frank,
Yes.
what's going on over East, man?
Yeah, you know, it's a sad thing, and I know usually we talking about health, but we are talking about health because what we're talking about really is mental health, you know, and how it's affecting. And then, no, I really sympathize with the single mothers. I sympathize with the people that's handicapped. I sympathize with the people that, I mean, because they don't give them much options. You know, some people can't walk 4 blocks, 5 blocks. You know, and just to see this type of tragedy happens, I think that, you know, definitely somebody need to be held accountable for this. And if you're a person that votes, you know, just remember, election has consequences. You should watch, you know what I'm saying, should watch what a person do, not what they say, and not what somebody else inspires you to say about that person, you know, and just judge people on face value. And I will tell you right now, based off of the crime alone, I'm not happy with the in that area, in the South Shore area. The crime is just off the chain, and we know that this community has already been traumatized. But today, if I was them, and I'm living paycheck to paycheck, okay, and they took the only asset I had, you know, and I'm probably on SNAP too. You know what I'm saying? I don't have no groceries. Now I don't have no car. I don't have no way of getting my car back because, you know, you got to pay tow fees. Now you got to, you know, figure out how to raise money. You try to figure out how to raise money. Every day they going to charge you a fee. You know what I mean? They're going to lose their cars. A lot of people going to lose their cars. And then they wouldn't even take care of the car, watching them tow it. You know what I mean? And we definitely, I'm going to look into some other sources to figure out how people, because I really want to help the people over there, how to hold the city accountable for this, because they should be definitely maybe Flanagan, you know, we could talk to him about it. You know what I mean? How to hold the city accountable for this. They should be held accountable for this. Well, you know, Frank, and I have the footage.
Yeah, okay.
I got footage.
Yeah, so you got the receipts. Huh?
I got receipts.
Yeah.
Oh, well, we got footage. Okay. You know, we got footage.
Well, Frank, from a community perspective, what does the incident say about this? How the city departments communicate with the residents, especially in a predominantly Black neighborhood?
Oh, they don't communicate. They put their signs up, and you know, that's it. You know, now naturally people have to follow the law. They have to read the sign, but you can't put people in a situation where they don't have an out. You know what I mean? And that's my argument right there. If there was one side of the street, hey, you know, you should have moved your car here, move your car there. But to do a whole 5-block radius, you know what I'm saying, in both directions, all 360 around. That is unheard of. I can't even imagine who actually decided that. Whoever made that decision should be fired today. They should be immediately terminated. They should be immediately terminated. Okay, and it should be, there should be a public apology from the mayor's office. Okay, and the mayor should release their cars.
Do you think that maybe it was a plan to get a little extra money from the city? You know, if everybody got to turn in, you know, money to get their car back from being towed, maybe it was a money grab from the city.
You know, I'm always conscious I like to speak the facts. You know, I'll be real conscious to say, you know, if that was there, but we know that the city is thirsty. You know what I mean? We know the city is broke. We know the funding has been mishandled. Okay, we know that money has been misused, and we know that and it has not been greatly budgeted, and that's just where the city is. The city has lost over, I think I heard, 500,000 residents. Okay, and how many businesses are they going to lose? You know what I mean? Businesses are closing. You know, so I'm sure we know the city is thirsty. You know what I mean? And you know, I don't know if you know the old rap song, broke people make the best crooks. You know what I'm saying? Right. So if we know the city is broke right now, you know what I'm saying? I mean, naturally, I know one person that's happy this morning. ENR Towing.
Oh yeah.
Oh, they're ecstatic.
They came up. Huh?
Yeah, and they should be held accountable too.
All right. Hey, Brother Frank, I really enjoyed you today. I really thank you for coming into the studio with me. Lastly, Brother Frank, how can the listeners follow your updates or get involved in holding city officials accountable for what's going on?
Look, of course, you know what I'm saying, we got text group that we use for our health, and we tell you today we usually talk about balanced oil and Zeno, but today was a more important topic that I needed to touch on. But you still could text iHeart. Text iHeart to 312-530-8505. Text iHeart to 312-585-8505. Okay? Thank you all. And we will see you guys next Friday. And hopefully we be back on balance, because we are definitely unbalanced today.
Inspiration 1390, that has been Brother Frank Kimbrough. And up next, we got attorney Michael Flanagan. So keep it locked right here. It's Inspiration 1390. Which one is that?
I'm gone. Peace.
Oh, we gonna take, you got a minute?
Yeah.
Let me figure out who
Hi, my name is Desiree, and I was listening to the brother about the South Shore neighborhood where we were asked to move our cars. Mm-hmm. And I did have a conversation with somebody from Streets and Sanitation. I live over there, and the sign had been up for 2 days. Mm-hmm. And I'll tell you this, when they do the street cleaning, nobody moved their cars. Okay. Very few people move their cars on those blocks. And so what you get is a filthy neighborhood. And so I asked the guy from Streets and Sanitation today what was going on. And he said the alderman ordered a mass cleaning of this neighborhood. Okay. The people throw trash on the ground like you wouldn't believe over there. I have to come out and clean up in front of our building. And people, it's unbelievable what I see cleaning. They just clean out their cars and they throw it on the grass. They throw it in the street. And so the alderman ordered a mass cleaning of that entire area.
Okay, well, we appreciate your phone call. Thank you for that information. We'll be sure to put that in when we get back to talking. Thank you so much for that, okay?
Okay, thank you. Okay, bye-bye.
Inspiration 1390.
Good morning.
Brother Flanagan, what's going on? All right. Got you on the phone. Cool. We about to go in about a minute and a half, okay? Hello?
Yeah, I'm here. My bad, kind of lost you.
Yeah. Minute and a half. You gonna be ready?
Yes, sir.
All right. Joined by our reoccurring guest, attorney Michael Flanagan, one of Chicago's most trusted voices in personal injury law, known for breaking down complex legal issues into practical advice. Michael helps everyday people understand their rights and stay protected. We're excited to have him back to share his latest insights and updates. What's going on, attorney Michael Flanagan?
It's Good Friday. What's going on is that it is November. It's the season of giving and togetherness, and most importantly, for my clients, it's the season to get paid because a lot of people have gotten in car accidents earlier this year. Unfortunately, nobody wants to be in a wreck, but if you do need a check, call attorney Michael Flanagan of the Flanagan Luxury Law Group, 773-789-8529, or visit me online at windycityinjury.com.
All right. So, attorney Michael Flanagan, welcome back.
Thank you.
All right.
Good to be here on this Good Friday.
All right, so let's start with the basics. What does the typical timeline of a personal injury case look like from start to finish?
That's a good question, and the reason why I wanted to talk about that today with the listeners is because it varies. These personal injury cases and car accidents are like snowflakes, right? They're all different, and so are we, right? So it depends on the insurance company for one. Geico, Progressive, State Farm, those insurance companies tend to pay out a little bit quicker than some of the smaller insurance companies that you've never heard of. So that's one factor. The other factor that our listeners should take into account if they get into a wreck and need a check is that their injuries are dependent on how fast the settlement might take. So one person might heal in 2 or 3 months, another person it might take them a year or two. So it really just depends. But one thing that our firm does is a little unique, somewhat unique, is that we offer a third-party loan service so that if you're in need of money immediately after your car accident, then you can hit us up and we can set you up with our loan department, and we'll surely get you some money to kind of bridge the gap.
Oh, hey man, so you cashing out loans? Okay, brother attorney. Okay. Now, brother Michael Flanagan, at what stage do most people make mistakes that could hurt their case, and how can they avoid those mistakes?
That's a good question. I think the majority of times when I see mistakes happen is at the very beginning. When an incident first happens, it's really important to document the scene, right? So take pictures, whether it be a slip and fall or a car accident. Look for cameras, look for witnesses. When the accident happens is typically when people start panicking. Hence my tagline, don't start panicking, just call Flanagan. But that's also the most important time to kind of secure the bag, as they say, to make sure that you get justice, because then when the accident, whether it be slip and fall, medical malpractice, etc., first happens, piggyback on that. The other mistake is not going to the hospital immediately or not seeking medical treatment at least within 48 hours. Because the insurance company figures if you're really injured, then you're going to go seek medical treatment as soon as possible.
All right. Well, Brother Flanagan, I know there's a mistake that I got some personal experience with. Not having all of your paperwork and all of your documentation together. I know that you've often emphasized the importance of, having evidence and documentation. So, what specific type of records or details make the biggest difference in winning the claim?
That's a good question. So first, this is my public service announcement. I'll fight against the insurance companies, right? So it's my job to get you as much money from the insurance company. But sometimes our position becomes your own insurance company, right? So there are a lot of drivers, unfortunately, riding around with no insurance in the city of Chicago. People have different priorities. People pay bills at different times, and so forth and so on. So it's very important that you pay your insurance premium so that if you get hit by a hit-and-run driver, for instance, or a lot of people don't know, even if you're crossing the street, your car insurance will still cover you if you're a pedestrian, right? So that's one thing that I would emphasize to all of our listeners, because I've had countless calls where people have gotten into accidents and neither one of the parties had insurance.
Well, that's what happens if you are a passenger in a CTA bus or maybe an Uber or maybe a taxi or something along the lines of that public transit system. What are some of the steps that someone should take immediately after that type of accident?
That's an excellent question. So as we know, about 500,000 people ride the public transportation every day. We live in a huge city, and from north to south to east to west, there are a bunch of buses and trains and so forth going back and forth, taking our lovely citizens of Chicago around. So that means that there are going to be a lot of accidents with CTA vehicles. I've probably handled at least 30 or 40 CTA cases this year where people were hit by CTA buses or they were passengers. If you are hit by a CTA bus, then you probably have a substantial case, a good case, but it's important to get that documentation, to get a claim number, and if you're injured, go immediately to the hospital. If you are a passenger, you should know that CTA does not cover its passengers unless the CTA bus is at fault. So, for instance, if somebody else hits the CTA bus, another car hits the CTA bus, and you're a passenger, and that person doesn't have insurance, or that person doesn't have enough insurance to cover all of the passengers on the bus, CTA does not have what's called uninsured motorist coverage. CTA is only responsible if the bus driver is at fault for the accident. So a lot of people call and say, hey, I was a passenger on a bus, and somebody hit the bus and took off. Well, unfortunately, CTA is not going to cover you, and that's where your personal insurance would have to come in. So, that's just the way it is. But if you are on a bus and the CTA driver is at fault, God forbid, give us a call, 773-789-8529. Flanagan Injury Law Group. Don't start panicking. Just call Flanagan or visit us online at windycityinjury.com.
Now, Brother Flanagan, I know a lot of times when people get into accidents, the first thing they do is say, "What should I do?" Should they call the lawyer first, or should they just go straight to the police station and get a report?
Kind of a simultaneous act, but I would say if you had to choose one or the other, you should probably get the documentation first. You could probably call the police, wait on the police if you can. You also asked about Uber passengers. If you're an Uber passenger, you want to immediately, or Lyft passenger, you want to immediately report the accident to the app, right? You immediately want to, before you even call the police sometimes, you want to say, hey, Uber, I was in an accident. And that just kind of secures the fact that you were in an accident, because there are a lot of Uber and Lyft accidents. But certainly call 911, and if you can, if you're a passenger, try to get the driver to wait. Even if you're a driver in an accident, try to wait around for the police. And here's why. A lot of people go to the police station, and they think everything is all hunky-dory, and the other driver agrees to go to the police station, and people change their story. And the first thing the insurance company says is, well, this is not an on-the-scene report. So insurance companies typically prefer on-the-scene reports versus death reports, because on the scene, the police officers are able to assess the damages. They're able to assess, any traffic lights, any cameras, etc. But when you go to the police station, a lot of times people change their story. The parties can't agree, and then it makes it word versus word. And word versus word cases are very difficult to win. So that's why it's important to call an attorney as soon as possible after you get into the accident. Flanagan Injury Law Group, WindyCityInjury.com. Don't start panicking. Just call Flanagan. If you're in a crash and need some cash, give me a call.
All right, Brother Flanagan. Are there any special challenges or any things that people need to know when dealing with cases that involve the city or a government entity like the CTA?
Yes, the city and CTA can be notoriously cheap and very difficult to deal with. So typically, attorneys only like to take serious injury cases against the city or against CTA. It doesn't mean that we won't give you a free consultation to determine how serious your case is. The other challenge is that the city and CTA have what's called a 1-year statute of limitations. So as opposed to a private party or company being sued because they're a municipality and because CTA is a part of the municipality, they have what's called a 1-year statute of limitations. So that just puts a lot more pressure on the plaintiff to file their case and to make sure that we have all the documentation as soon as possible. So that's one thing that people should be aware of.
All right. And Attorney Flanagan, for all of the people out there who might be a little bit hesitant when it comes to contacting an attorney, what would you say to reassure them about taking that first step?
Well, my office has been around for a good amount of time. We have 5-star reviews on Google. You can find us online, Flanagan Injury Law Group, WindyCityInjury.com. You can read our reviews. And just know that if you don't know, call, ask. I mean, our office gives free consultations. We're always here to help. We have Janice, Jasmine, Noemi, Daisy, Joe Roy. We have a nice team that's compassionate, has empathy, and that's just ready and willing to help and listen. So it doesn't cost you anything to call us and see if you have a case. Don't hesitate. A lot of times people will be in your ear and say one thing or another, but that just means picking up the phone or doing your own research. So again, find us online, WindyCityInjury.com. Attorney Michael Flanagan of the Flanagan Injury Law Group.
All right. And that has been Attorney Michael Flanagan. Thank you for joining us on the Brunch Munch today, Attorney.
Thank you for having us, and praise the Lord. Just thank God that you woke up this morning. Stay safe, right? And if you need us, give us a call. Amen.
All right. Amen. One more time for that number, Attorney.
That's 773-789-8-LAW, Flanagan Injury Law Group. Google us. Look, read the hundreds of 5-star reviews that we have. We're located in Hyde Park, serve the community from the south side of Chicago, and my job is to help you get paid. We work for you, so certainly don't be bashful. And if you can't remember the phone number, just remember WindyCityInjury.com. That's WindyCityInjury.com.
All right, Attorney Flanagan, thank you for joining us today, man. We will talk to you next week.
Praise God.
All right, praise God. All right, Inspiration 1390 listeners, keep it locked right here. It's Brother Jarrell.
We still believe here. It ain't dough that we need here. Long as he gon' be, we gon' eat, we won't leave here. Even if it's just me here. We don't call it deceased here. No, it made us. Bring your week. Bring your.
What an amazing broadcast it was. Huge thank you again to Brother Frank Kimbrough for sharing that vital information on. I'm glad I pre-recorded this. What an amazing broadcast it was. A huge thank you to Brother Frank Kimbrough for sharing vital information on what's going on over east with the towing situation and helping us along with all of our wellness journeys. And of course, deep gratitude to Attorney Michael Flanagan for shedding light on those important legal matters, giving us clarity on the issues that affect us all. We also appreciate you guys tuning in for
all of the stories, for all of the interviews. And don't forget to join us right back here, same time next show, for more uplifting, inspirational, critical information, and great conversations. This has been Brother Jarrell. You know the voice, you know the vibes, and we will see you guys on Monday. It's the Brunch Bunch on Inspiration 1390. You good over there, Justin? Huh? You good over there?
Yeah.
My shit done pissed you off, huh?
Nah, yeah.
It's cool.
Nah, it's. I'm not gonna lie. Today just made me feel better about sending him this raise proposal. But I'm gonna need that money.
I heard that. You put money on, so I ain't mad at it.
I gotta go to his house.
Oh, yeah?
Yep, that's my next stop. I'll leave here.
Wait, you going to his house and he couldn't come to work? Something ain't right, man.
I'm going to his house. He told me to come meet him at his house. So. I'm not.
What an amazing broadcast it was. A huge thank you to Brother Frank Kimbrough for sharing vital information on what's going on over East with the towing situation and helping us along with all of our wellness journeys. And of course, deep gratitude to attorney Michael Flanagan for shedding light on those important legal matters, giving us clarity on the issues that affect us all. We also appreciate you guys tuning in for all of the stories, for all of the interviews, and don't forget to join us right back here, same time next show, for more uplifting, inspirational, critical information, and great conversations. This has been Brother Jarrell. You know the voice, you know the vibes, and we will see you guys on Monday. It's the Brunch Bunch on Inspiration 1390.
The views and opinions expressed in the preceding program do not reflect the staff or management of Inspiration 1390.
We're asking for a raise, because he barely paying you on time, bro.
That's why I'm asking for a raise.
You got it?
Huh?
You got it?
Yes, he got it.
You know he got it.
Okay. You know he got that raise.
Hey, he said that with no hesitation. Yeah, he got it. What?
Bro, Adam was really bro.
Bro, it's the same situation with everybody, bro. Oh, shit. Get us on live, bro. Yeah, before I get in trouble.